Should I or should I not use an estate agent?
Hello guys, welcome to Long Wealth and my name is Neo.
And my name is Lepu. So now we have a very interesting thing that we actually want to do for the community, right? So now if you want to actually know what we are going to actually give you, you need to watch until the end, right? I'm not going to tell you where it actually starts.
It can be in between or it can be right at the end.
So now you have to watch the whole video to know what we're actually promising you.
So this is one of the key questions that property investors actually ask themselves. Do I need an estate agent in my power team or not?
I mean, that's an 8% of the money that you are actually going to sell your property for, right? At most, right? That's an 8%. Because now when you're thinking about it, 8% might be 8% plus VAT, right? That might seem to be a small percentage, right? But now when you're looking at the monetary terms, it's a whole lot of money. So now let's look at the 8%. You say 8%, right? Multiplied by the amount that you're going to sell your house for, right? So say for instance, you're going to sell your house for around 1 million.
I knew you'd use that example.
I like easy numbers, man. It's a very lazy number. 1 million is a very lazy number. So now you have 1 million, right? So now you'd say 1 million multiplied by 8%, which would give you 80,000, right? And then that 80,000 multiplied by 15%, then you add the two together, and then that would be how much you actually pay your estate agent. Do I actually need to actually pay out that money? What do you think now?
Looking at it as a whole process, do not only just focus on the money that you need to take out. So now and be like, wow, 96,000 is too much. This person's just going to get 96,000. Look at it as a process. I mean, I remember when we started, we literally had a list or a database of about 30 estate agents. And what we did was so exciting. We're like, we're going to get airtime. We're going to call each and every one and get results. We were starting getting deals according to our criteria. So what we did is that we wrote down our criteria, we wrote down our rules of engagement, and we made a database of about 30 estate agents. We started calling one after another. And guess what? Even though it might have not been successful that we got all 30 giving us deals at that point in time, however, we made meaningful relationships. And now what happens is that once these people know you and they know your criteria, it's easier for them to actually give you a ring and tell you, man, you know what, I've got this deal, have a look at it. Because at the end of the day, it's about creating relationships. We're always talking about network. We're always talking about complementing each other rather than competing with each other.
I mean, remember, you're only one deal away, right? You're only one deal away. From that 30, we only got one deal, right? I'm going to be real with you. From that 30, we only got one deal. From those 30 people, we got one deal. And that was priceless.
True.
That was priceless. So now, let's go deeper in. Why do you actually need estate agents, right? So now, the first thing that I'd actually like to highlight is that estate agents know the market that they are actually working around, right? Within that area, they will then know the market, what sells, what doesn't sell, what is the price point that you actually need to put on your property.
The rentals.
They know the rentals. They actually know how much your property would be worth. Say for instance, I'm in Johannesburg right now, right? So now if I want to go out and I want to go to Durban, for instance, right? And I actually want to start investing in Durban, I would need an estate agent that actually works in Durban and actually knows the property market within Durban. So now if you're cutting that person out, you're actually hurting yourself to a certain extent, right? Because now you won't know each and every area.
True. I mean, with regards to property invest, if I want to cut an estate agent from my power team, I'll actually be at risk. What am I saying that I'll be at risk as a property investor? Because with estate agents, they have a license. So now when they get these listings, they make sure that is this listing above board? Because last thing you want as an investor is buying or getting these deals. Imagine getting so many deals. However, these deals are not done the right way. For instance, let's say the person that sold the deal was not the rightful owner. So now, as a property investor, you'll be in a court for like many times, and you do not want to do that, because as a property investor, you're not a lawyer or a judge. You want to be on the ground or getting the best deals and making a profit out of them. So now, having an estate agent in your power team, that will help you. That will help you with regards to your funnel, getting deals. However, we're not saying that all the deals that estate agents bring to you are actually on board, because it does happen there and there whereby there was a technical glitch somewhere somehow. However, in terms of legalities, having an estate agent does help you as a property investor.
Remember, we're always talking about doing property as a business and not as an hobby, or as actually an investment, right? So now we're looking at property investing as a business. So now, as a property investor, it's my duty to know the numbers. It's my duty to know what I'm looking for, and it's my duty to know the strategies that I'm actually going to implement, right? By the time I go to my estate agent, I must know those 3 things, right, that I actually listed. Because now sometimes it does happen that you go on to something like Property 24 and you search for houses and they say investor's dream, right? But now at the end of the day, that particular property doesn't actually bring you a cash flow positive income. So now, looking at estate agents, it's important that you have estate agents that have actually dealt with property investors. So now when you have an estate agent that actually worked with a property investor, they know exactly what you're actually looking for. And if you haven't gotten a estate agent that actually has worked with property investors, it's important for you to stipulate and tell them that what do you actually want, right? I always emphasize that you always need to tell your estate agent before going into any deal that you want properties that are below market value by at least around 70%, right? That actually gives them that job to actually cut down on all the listings that they have to the ones that you actually want, right? And remember, if it does happen that an estate agent tells you that this is a particular property that you need to buy, right? Do not go into a property deal because you were looking for that relationship. The numbers need to make sense.
Once our relationship is with the numbers. Huh?
Yes. Once the numbers make sense and everything is aligned to your strategy, then you may go into the deal.
True. I mean, we're always speaking about time. If you want to save your time and the estate agent's time, you need to come up with the criteria. You need to be upfront with the agent, whether you're finding the deal for yourself or for somebody else. If you're finding the deal for somebody else, it's still not an issue. You just need to be open with them and be like, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I'm looking for certain deals for somebody else. And then your relationship with that estate agent will take you far. Because even 10 years from now, they can get a deal and remember that, you know what, I worked with somebody and it was so nice because they did stick to their word. And then they'll give you a call with that deal. At the end of the day, we always talking about having 2 funnels. The funnel of the deals and the funnel of the investors. I mean, I really appreciate what's happening with YouTube right now because we're having so many people reaching out to us based on our information. So it's quite strategic that, okay, somebody will be like, you know what, guys, I'm looking for actually I'm looking for this type of investment. Because we have that funnel, because we have been engaging with estate agents in a very nice manner. Once we ring up an estate agent, we'll be like, you know what, I'm looking for this sort of deal. This actually makes business worthwhile because it's a win-win situation and we're saving each other's time. The investor, our time, and the estate agent's time. Time is very important.
Now, do you want to tell the community about that estate agent that we had?
What happened is that there was a estate agent, and then he was like, guys, you know what? I'm gonna have a meeting with you guys, and I want to sit down with you guys and show you what I have. Only to find out that this person, I know why you wanted me to speak, because you wanted the emotions to actually run out.
He's the bad guy.
So now this person wanted to push sales so much that he just wanted us to buy on this deal, only to find out that we've got strict rules of engagement, only to find out that this person was pushing a deal on us. If we were under pressure and we were not disciplined to our rules of engagement, we would have went for it. And now we would be cash flow negative. That was one of the first deals that we actually ran numbers on. I remember that correctly. But because of discipline, we were like, you know what? No, it's fine. It's okay.
I think we were lucky because we got him on his worst day, right? So now what he told us is that the good deals are for me. I just have the other deals.
And he was upfront with that.
He was upfront with that. So now when someone tells you that I have the good deals and then the other ones are for you guys, that means those are the bad deals, right? Those are the deals that won't actually cash flow.
It's not the cherry on top of the cake.
It's not. So now you're getting the crumbs. Even the crumbs are much tastier than what he was actually giving us. True. Because that was actually cash flow negative. So now remember, do not let an estate agent persuade you into buying a deal that doesn't actually fit within your criteria or that doesn't actually fit within your ROI. right? Always look at your ROI at the worst case scenario, right? Because now we're always working on worst case scenario. Best case scenario, when that happens, that's a plus, right? But now if your numbers actually work on your worst case scenario, man, that's sweet.
I mean, looking at our information and the content that we're posting out, it's basics. Why I love basics is that I can get to any situation, use these basics and see, is this right or wrong? Hence, with the information that we give into you, it's so powerful to the point whereby you can use it to actually determine, is this deal right or wrong? And not all estate agents are bad. Estate agents are our friends, man. We love them. We love them. If you're an estate agent, hit a pro. This is for you. Hit a pro. We love them so much. But then now, as we did mention, not to waste their time and not to waste your time. Building that proper foundation, that proper relationship between you and them, you need to be honest and upfront with estate agents, and your business will actually run faster. Because now what we're looking for, especially in the property game, is the more deals, the more profitable deals that actually come to you, is the better position that you're in.
And we have a surprise for you today, right? We have a surprise for you. So now we've actually gathered a community that are actually having deals, right? So now if you are a property investor or if you are a deal sourcer, right, please do contact us and let's see how we can actually form a partnership, right? I think we got a comment last that on a estate agent telling us that they want to actually do a partnership. We also got another call today. Thank you for you guys. Thank you for actually doing that. But now, if you actually want to actually reach out and go into the property industry, say for instance, you are a deal sourcer, or you are actually looking for a property to actually invest in, please make sure to actually comment down below. And please don't put your contact numbers down below. We'll actually post our email address, right? We'll post our email address down below so that you can actually get into contact with us directly.
So basically what's going to happen is that we can from the people that are giving us the deals, and if you're looking for a deal, we sit down with you, we run the numbers together, and then we look at the pros, the worst case scenario and the best case scenario. Then it's up to you if you are for it or you're not.
Let's grow the community. Longwell
signing out.